Welcome back to another episode of XOXO
Inside Scoop
with your hosts,
Alyssa
and Diana. So, we're here, Chapter 3, Episode 4.
Yep.
So, where we left off is that Prince Humperdinck finds out that his dad is dying, and he is now forced into marriage. He has to look for a bride.
Yeah. And we left off a question with you guys to see how would you guys feel, because he did not want to get married to anyone.
He did not. He was really annoyed by the fact that he was forced into marriage.
Which I understood. You know, he's a powerful man already himself, which his little zoo of death, which honestly, personally, I think is a little psychotic. But it's okay. No, that's not okay. I'm just being sarcastic. I'm so sorry.
It's really not. But yeah, so how this chapter begins is that Prince Humperdinck, the Count, I think his name was Rugen, the King and Queen, they have to meet to discuss in a council room to discuss the marriage for Prince Humperdinck.
Okay, so I don't know if I'm pronouncing this wrong, because when I read the book, I'm telling you before I was saying Humperdinck. Okay, so if I don't pronounce this right, because I don't know if I've been pronouncing it right. I haven't asked Diana. So, King Lutheran. I call him Lutheran. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it correctly.
I'm not sure how you pronounce it, but I'm just going to say King.
Okay, so King Lutheran. I don't know if I pronounce it right. I've been pronouncing it like that throughout the book. And his wife Bella, a kind and loving woman whom Prince Humperdinck affectionately calls his ES, short for evil stepmother.
Well, I mean...
I get it.
Yeah.
Not his mother.
Yeah.
So
Cinderella.
Yeah.
Cinderella.
Storyline? Another storyline?
I know. I keep connecting it with Disney.
Okay, yes.
Well, I mean, technically it is a Disney movie.
Yeah.
So
basically, this is the twist. So Queen Bella, she is translating for the king who mumbles and nobody can understand. And they all
just made a connection.
Wait, what?
Remember how in the last episode we were talking about, he probably has a trauma in his past. They don't mention his mother. The connection. So it might be daddy issues because, evil stepmother.
And mommy issues,
Yeah, exactly.
I get it.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why this shows a lot of the zoo and hunting and stuff. It takes out the anger. It takes out
it's like
the pain.
His break, where it's like his safe place where he gets go away from everything.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Are we being therapists? No, just kidding. I think I said it in the wrong way. Just pretend I didn't say this. Okay, guys. But basically, she's translating for the king. And they all conclude that Humperdinck must make an alliance with Gilder, the country across the sea, by marrying the princess, Norena.
So right there, someone you don't know, he's like,
yeah.
Should I? Should I not?
I think he's the type of guy that when I was reading, I'm not saying that he would want to fall in love. He's the type of person to fall in love.
He thinks he's the man, like we mentioned in the last episode.
Yeah, but I just don't think he wants to marry anyone. I don't think he thinks it's necessary.
Yeah.
But, so anyways, William Goldman enters the texts. He tells us that he has excised too many dozens of pages describing the packing and subsequent unpacking of Norena's glorious hat collection. So I had to get this little part that I just read from online because I didn't really understand when I was reading it in chapter 3, which is dialogue from the book anyways, but I couldn't really find it directly because I had an idea, and usually I write little points when I'm talking so we can keep the conversation going. So sometimes I'll get direct quotes from the book or little things of William Goldman, because this is how the book is written. It's literally saying William Goldman enters the text or says that he wants to take out a piece of the book. That's how the book is written. So that's how I get it. from. So sometimes it may sound like I'm not saying words. It's just because I'm reading it off of the text so you guys get a better idea.
Yes.
So at the grand feast, when the proposal out to have taken place, the narrator gives a second-by-second account of the events that transformed the evening from a quiet, peaceful one into one in which Florin and Gilder were almost at war. When I read this, I was like, bro, that's crazy. Like,
why would you pick your enemy, like,
yeah,
country?
Yeah, to marry, which I understand, an alliance.
You want to make peace.
Peaceful. But if you guys are head-to-head, bro, just stop.
Don't do
like,
it.
No.
It's not worth it.
Nobody wants a world war in a book, okay? So, yeah, no. So, the big climatic moment is a wind that blows in and sweeps away Princess Narina's hat. I started dying of laughter when I was reading this in the book, which I was like, bro, please. Oh my god. She was bald.
To the point. She's bald.
Yeah, she was bald, bro. I'm sorry. She was bald, guys. She was
Well, I mean, that's beauty. It's
bro,
her beauty.
I bet you Humperdinck wanted a dip.
I mean, with his head full of hair, he's like,
yeah,
hey,
he obviously wants to marry someone gorgeous, beautiful, because who wants a bald wife? I'm so sorry.
But I mean, there's like these people who are bald and like really gorgeous.
Oh,
I don't know
yeah,
if you remember
obviously.
that one person on The Voice who didn't have hair. She was gorgeous.
She was gorgeous, but you see, this is fantasy, so obviously you need a beautiful. Obviously,
hair was like a very like
big
sign
thing.
of beauty.
Yeah, sign of beauty. You know. Which, honestly, I don't understand because Princess Buttercup didn't even brush her hair. But whatever.
Not her coming... No, wait. Not you coming for her already.
Bro, I'm sorry. I will always get on her. I will always get on her case. I promise you in every podcast, you'll hear me say something about her not showering or her not doing her hair. Like, if I got to actually speak to Princess Buttercup right now,
we would give her some tips.
I would
like we did
talk to her.
episode.
I don't care. Brush your hair, okay? Take a shower. It's literally just human decency.
But I mean, remember, she had like that tomboy personality, and everyone loved that.
Which actually, that's what Humperdinck wants. He wants somebody that has that tomboy who likes hunting, who likes riding horses.
Well, technically, that's true.
That.
He wants someone who will like go hunting with him.
Yeah, exactly. So
yeah, but he wants someone like beautiful.
With Narina right now, she doesn't have hair, so he automatically thinks that he does not want to marry her because he wants a beautiful
because he demands for like to marry a beautiful wife, and like he thinks that a bald woman is not beautiful.
Yeah, which back then it was a sign of not beauty, but now
it's like super, like I think it's pretty cool.
Which right now we're more accepting.
Yeah.
You know, so right now we're more accepting with beauty standards, but before it wasn't.
Therefore, the Count Rugen mentions Buttercup, and he agrees to take Prince Humperdinck to like take him to Buttercup.
Yeah, so he agrees. You know, I don't like this.
I mean, yeah, because Buttercup like literally like assures him that
he threatened her.
I know, but she like assured him that she would never love him.
Yeah.
Which I mean, yeah, even though it's maybe been a few years since like Wesley's, in quotation, passing.
Yeah.
You know, she's still not over it because that was the love of her life.
I get it. I just, she got threatened right now.
Yeah.
She got threatened.
She never thought she didn't would be able to love again.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yet again, she was like
That's not love.
That's not love. But she was like super beautiful.
If I got threatened
Prince Humperdinck was not
by an ugly prince, bro, I would lose it. I'm so sorry. Would you lose it? I would lose it.
I really would.
And especially that more good-looking man, even though he doesn't have money or anything, and a good personality,
and cares for you,
and cares for me,
exactly.
is maybe out there and maybe not dead. Okay. I would for sure tell the freaking prince to leave.
Exactly.
So I can marry the good-looking one.
But she agrees to marry him, so.
Yeah, because she has to. If not, they were gonna kill her.
Exactly. And we don't, you don't want the death. Let's not talk about that right now.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, but I didn't like that. So, going back to what I was saying, the queen is sabotaging the king. She is mixing up the king's words, and this is messing with Prince Humperdinck a little bit, which is a little weird. And I want to get into a little bit of Queen Bella, like the type of character she is. So this is like a little bit of a character analysis. Though there's no reason to suspect Queen Bella in anything but kind and gentle to her husband, it's worth noting that she doesn't exactly translate his mumbles correctly. This kind of represents a form of abridgment, and something that Goldman said or suggested was that this is going to have real consequences depending on what she translates Lutherans' words. So, I think this gives me very much evil stepmom.
Yes.
As you said, Cinderella.
Lady Tremaine.
Yeah, so I think this is just going to be a great impact.
The only difference is that she never, made him, work for her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get it. But, I think Humperdinck initially wants a wife. Oh, wait. What? No. But this is already a red flag about Queen Bella and her character, because she doesn't necessarily translate the words correctly. And then also going back to Humperdinck, he does want a wife that has the same hobbies. And this is why he got so intrigued in Buttercup. But the way he approached her and the way he wanted to say, demanded to marry her, if not he'll kill her, is something that's not right. Which I think it could have taken another approach. But this is just to dramatize the context and to make the context more readable and more interesting. Even though it could have had a different approach.
Yeah.
This is old writing too.
Yeah, he was talking with his stepmother, the queen, that he wanted a drop-dead gorgeous wife.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which is Buttercup. Even though she doesn't shower, but whatever. He wants a stinky, beautiful wife.
Yeah, so after he said that, I feel that's when the count told the prince about Buttercup.
But he does have the ability to have a meaningful connection with someone.
I don't think we've mentioned this, but she wasn't necessarily a princess. She was actually a milkmaid, but she was still rich.
Yeah, she was top tier.
Yeah.
But which also is another reason why he would associate himself with her. But I don't think Humperdinck is such a bad person, because he does have the ability again to connect with someone. But the way he approached Princess Buttercup was just not it. It was just not a way to connect with someone.
I know.
Which, in the context of Goldman's tone throughout... Okay, so before, as I was saying, Goldman's tone, when he talked, he cut out a couple things, because as I said before in the other podcast, he doesn't want it to be boring anymore. So he cut out what Professor Bongiorno... Sorry if I pronounce words wrong. I just don't know how to say them correctly. And Diana hasn't helped me throughout reading, because she doesn't know how to pronounce them that well either.
We're just going to just say these names as
well as
best
we can.
To our abilities.
Yeah.
Because we really don't know at this point.
So he cut out what Professor Bongiorno said about the passage reminds the readers of Goldman's thoughts about the original Morgenstern, namely, that it's too dense and complex for anyone other than a Florence scholar to be able to appreciate, thus by snidely insulting Professor Bongiorno. Goldman also suggests that he's on the reader's side and he will fight for fun books, even though he and the professor are still part of the same publishing world. So he was talking about the publisher, and he wanted to take off not the fun parts, like the boring parts. He wants to make the book more interesting. And he talked about this in chapter 3, which honestly intrigued me a lot, because it's kind of fun knowing that the author wants the book to be fun. He just noticed that it wasn't, that life was changing. He wants the book to change like it's changing now. He wants it to be more like, real modern day. He's not going to change the book entirely in how it's supposed to be formed, but he wants it to be more interesting for us. Yeah, he wants his readers to know that he wants the books like that he writes to be interesting, especially this specific book that it's so iconic. That's so true. Real life, fantasy worlds, different things, adventure,
kidnapping,
exactly,
facing death almost.
Exactly.
He wants I'm the one that comes with like the dark side.
Yeah. Oh my god, Diana going dark? What? Anyway.
Okay. It's fine.
Goldman basically doesn't want to bore his readers. And I don't know.
We should revisit the courtship part, that's actually the title of the chapter.
Yeah.
So how would you feel meeting someone, from your enemy land, and then in a way marry them? Obviously, let's
I mean, he didn't marry them. He just had a had a thing.
Try to get your engagement or something, or arrange your marriage. How would you feel? Would you be nervous?
I would be nervous, but at the same time, I would be confident, because I think being in that high position and a title like that, you have to have that confidence, even though he's ugly. I mean, I wouldn't be ugly.
Fart god looking, turtle looking, crab looking.
Let's keep roasting him. I love this.
I know.
Oh my gosh.
It should have been a roast.
I can have a whole episode of roasting all the characters. Literally, just tell me. Even after we submit this, bro, I'll roast them. I don't care. Okay?
Oh my god. So yeah, I feel I would be nervous, but at the same time, like you said, you need to have confidence having the title of a royal.
Yeah.
You don't want to show weakness. I feel that's super important to royals. You don't want to show your weak side, because then they're going to make a whole big deal out of that, and drama. I don't know how it was back then, but if it were it is now, then it would be a whole fiasco.
That's 100% true. I don't know. Also, I wonder how it would be in her position, Narina, because, it must be hard having that insecurity, and then everybody's shown. And, you thought you were going to marry someone, and then he just says, I'm not going to marry you because you're bald.
Exactly. How would you feel?
I would feel really sad. I mean, if I was in her position, I would honestly feel less of a woman and of a girl, because the way I'm being treated is very lower class, and especially that she's a princess, it's just not right, because it was just very much, I'm only liking you because of your beauty, which I feel if Goldman changed the beauty standard of the story, I think it would have a very different perspective, because he did with Princess Buttercup, which I really like, even though I'm roasting her and it's very not hygienic of her, which I see, but he still says her beauty, which I wonder what he means by her beauty, because right now it's not necessarily showing the beauty on the inside. Right now it's showing the beauty on the outside, but I just wonder what type of beauty standard he's trying to show with Princess Buttercup, because she's still beautiful, but she doesn't take showers, she doesn't brush her hair. I bet you she doesn't brush her teeth either,
being gross.
Okay, it's gross, and she likes being outside, so I bet she stinks, she reeks. Okay, but I don't understand the beauty part of it. Okay, so I'm trying to figure out throughout the book what type of beauty standard he's trying to make off of Princess Buttercup, but the way that he made the beauty standard of Princess Narina, just it contradicts.
It doesn't add up.
Yeah, it contradicts the way of the beauty standard he wants to put, which usually a beauty standard, I'm not saying this is how it is all the time, but
it's just it was the time back then. That's how it really was.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that before and back time, a girl had to have nice hair, she has to have a nice figure, she has to dress nice, she has to smell nice. But it's not necessarily in Buttercup's standards, but it is in Narina's standards, the way that
because if you think about
Prince Humperdinck sees
Narina
it.
was a princess, she was a royal.
Yeah.
So, meanwhile, Buttercup, well, she was just like a
I
higher
mean,
class.
but they call her a princess.
That's true, but she technically wasn't a princess at this point. She becomes like more of a princess, more towards when they get like engaged.
Yeah.
If you think about it. So she's like a milkmaid who, like, you know, her family owns a farm. So she's good, like, in like stable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't understand the beauty standard, which honestly I want to keep you guys interested. Just think about the beauty standard of both of them and how Prince Humperdinck sees both of them, even though he forces Buttercup to marry him. I think that let's just see throughout about the beauty standard and about how he sees women, and also about his psychological way of thinking of how he thinks he's a big man and his trauma, and how it can all lead to, you know, whatever is going to happen in the next few chapters.
Yeah.
I just want you guys to think about it and to, you know, you guys are reading the book too with us, so it's just something to open your mind to while reading.
I actually want to ask you, how would, like, you personally, like, nowadays, how would you feel if, like, a guy, you know, royal like that, let's say you're royal, and then you're forced to marry someone, and let's say they also have a wig, like a toupee or something, and it flies off, how would you feel about that?
I wouldn't be mad. I would actually. It would depend on how their personality is. I'm more of a personality person
what's
than
on the
looks.
inside?
Yeah, I like
Not
going
on the
in.
outside.
Like, obviously, if he's a terrible person and he's not very good looking either, it's just not a win-win. But if he's not good looking and he has a great personality, the personality obviously, like, wins.
Yeah.
The looks 100%.
I mean, because it doesn't just have to be hair.
Yeah.
It could be maybe, like, a condition. Like,
maybe she had what is
acne.
Acne.
That's just like an example, let's say.
I mean, maybe.
What would you say about that?
I mean, obviously that goes away over the years, so that's not really important.
Yeah, but like when he goes and meets her, how do you think he would have felt if that were the
he
case?
probably would have thought that she was ugly.
Yeah, and I mean, it's part of life, so.
Yeah. So let's just think about the beauty standard and everything right now, since we're ending. And
do you think it's fair?
I don't know. I'm going to try figuring it out. I just literally thought about it. I'm going to figure out the beauty standard throughout the story while I'm still reading it.
Yeah.
But I think it's a great point to look at.
Yeah, because, I mean, the beauty standards back then obviously don't affect us now, because now everything is so much more accepting, and it's, like, so much better than having just, like, the typical woman or lady, however it was back then.
Yeah, that's true. So, yeah, guys, I hope you guys can think about it. Think about the beauty standard, and also about Prince Humperdinck and how he sees both Narina's beauty and Buttercup's beauty. And also,
remember, by this point, he hasn't met her yet.
Yeah, and also his crazy life right now that's happening with his dad and his stepmom, and also the way that Goldman wants to change the book. I hope you guys can just think about it, and while you guys are reading, and just for it to open your mind and your imagination more and more into the characters.
Yeah, so
but yeah, have a nice week, guys.
I think we're leaving you there. See you guys next time on XOXO
Inside Scoop.
Bye.
Bye-bye.